Hi, I'm Gloria Brooks, also known as NatureGlo, founder of NatureGlo's eScience. I'm a 20-plus year veteran alternative progressive educator with a bachelor's degree in K through 12 education. I have certificates of completion from the Wilderness Awareness School's Kamana program. In 2003, I was teaching 3rd and 5th graders multiple subjects, and I was getting pretty tired of the four-wall, students in their seats all day scenario. And that same year, we had a guest speaker come to our school, and he's a wellness teacher and coach, and also a brilliant educator and teacher named Don Tolman. And what Don did is he explained about nature's common patterns, circular patterns, spirals, fractal patterns, which is the vein pattern that we literally have all over the network of our bodies, from our brains to the arteries, capillaries throughout our body. Anyway, Don taught us about these common patterns along with Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio, which are numbers also found in nature. And the golden ratio, if you don't know, is represented by 1.618. It's an irrational number, and it's a proportion for beauty that has been found since ancient times in temples, churches, and is also found in nature. Anyway, I became enthralled about the connections that there are between mathematics and the natural world. And I went on a 7-year research, study, and teaching journey, taking what I was researching about these numbers and patterns in nature and bringing them into the classroom and teaching them across the curriculum. So then what happened is I transitioned from being a traditional stand-up lecture at the students, talk at the students all day, most of the day, to a teacher that gave students resources, got them involved with learning in a hands-on way, getting outdoors, experiencing nature, using a journal, a freestyle journal, making sketches of these patterns in nature. And this transformed my classroom. So I take these techniques today, and now I use them in my online teaching. Now I do have a short presentation, usually up to about 20-25 minutes, between 10 to 15-20 minutes. I'll do a short, colorful, beautifully illustrated PowerPoint presentation. And then I give resources, almost like a resource center, to my students to dig in, dive in, and further research the concepts that I introduce in the PowerPoint teaching. So back to when I was teaching in a classroom. So I moved the chairs and desks into a better arrangement and set up learning stations. And this got them excited and curious about scientific topics. I let them see and experience scientific and mathematical concepts in action by providing various pre-set up experiments and projects for them to do. So inside of the classroom, my students were given the opportunity to experiment, to experience, and to interact with each other, which also was a key component. They also had journals where they could make sketches and answer questions about each experiment learning station. So what happened? My students got excited about learning. They asked questions, and amazingly, they remembered what I was teaching them. Mainly it was because they were doing the hands-on experiences, using all of their senses, getting them involved in what they were learning. So here's what homeschool math and science curriculum struggles my online classes will help you solve. So obviously I graduated from teaching in a classroom, 4 walls, to having my own online e-learning center. So here's what my e-learning center will help you solve. So MathArt will help inspire and motivate your child in whatever current math curriculum you're using. So what does that mean? If your child is struggling or bored with, I don't know, division, MathArt will show them fascinating connections there are with that math and the real world around them, starting in your backyard. So these connections with math and the real world will help motivate your learner in their understanding that math can and is used in the world around them. So many times the light bulb will turn on. I just heard from a parent recently where her child was struggling with division. And after taking the MathArt course, the light bulb went on, he made connections, and division clicked with him. So your children will start looking for ways to apply their current textbook math, if you're using a textbook, with real-world connections around them. You will have little to no science prep if you let me do the teaching. Several academic subjects are now covered in many of my courses. I list them in my catalog, including MathArt, reptiles, and I also have one marine biology 6-week course where I created revised it into a unit study. One affordable price for your whole family. So if you have multiple students at varying ages, they can join. Younger students are invited if they're advanced and the content interests them. You can experiment with that. Online socialization with a new math and science parent, student, teacher forum. So I strongly suggest using that. You don't have to use it. It's your choice, of course, but you'll get the most out of the membership if you ask questions, ask for feedback on student projects, and join the general discussion. I'll be moderating that. I'll be in there every day moderating the comments, and it'll be a safe place for you and your students to meet other families and talk about math and science and other homeschool topics as well in the general chat. All right, so go ahead and scroll down, have a look at my courses and see what else you get. I'm not going to explain all that here in this video, but I just wanted to explain and introduce you to myself and my courses. So I hope to see you on the inside. Thank you for taking a look.